Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. I'm so happy you're here. This is Muslims in the Dunya. This is a podcast all about knowing that we all want to do the right thing, but sometimes we get sidetracked, we get distracted. But the best Muslim is not the perfect Muslim. The best Muslim is the striving Muslim, okay? So my name is Mo Quick. Thank you for coming. I have a guest with me. This is Zee Da Jeweler.
You already know. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe we didn't, but we know now. We know now.
Come on.
And I appreciate you for being here.
For sure.
So before we get started, I sort of want to confide in you, tell you a little something about myself.
Sure.
You know, I noticed that, especially through your social, you have a huge following. You work with a lot of dope people. And in the industry that I'm in, I get to meet a lot of those people all the time, right?
Right.
And we always have those moments where we know we want to make a lot of money. We know we want to be successful. But the things that we do, does that determine if we're going to make it or not? And not make it here, because if we make a lot of money, we're going to make it here. But after we go, you know, like we have those moments that we can take this client who we know has a really bad past. Or for me, take that endorsement that I know I probably shouldn't take, say alcohol, or if I'm promoting tobacco or whatever the hell. But then we have those people who tell us, you got to feed your family. You know, you got to do what you got to do. So does Allah want us to feed our family? Won't he understand if we're doing all of this stuff? So when I just started wearing my hijab again, like last year, literally, it hasn't even been a whole year. I started last Ramadan. At the beginning of Ramadan, I told myself, I want to take this seriously. I grew up Muslim, so I've always known to do what I'm supposed to do. But before I became an adult, I only did it because my dad was going to give me a whooping. I was like, I want no whooping, so I'm going fast. But when I became an adult, nobody made me. So I didn't. You know, I strayed far. But something about last Ramadan made me go, I want to change. You know, I don't want to be her anymore. But after Ramadan, I had to come back to my job, which is on the radio. I was already in the clubs. I was already hosting. I already had endorsements that were lined with like wine or alcohol. And I'm like, can I do that with my hijab on? You know, when you by yourself, it's cool. But when everybody knows you representing the brand, you representing what we all know to be Islam, and people know about Islam, even if you don't say nothing. If they see you eating pork, they gonna check you. You ain't supposed to be eating that. And you like, you don't eat. But I decided that I didn't want to lose my money. I didn't want to lose my jag. You know, I didn't want to change my life completely. But at the same time, I just got close to him for a whole month. At the end, I felt like I was a whole new person. But I had to go back to the real world. Am I going to make my money, or am I going to make him happy? And I don't know if you struggle with that too, but in the end, I chose not to make the money. And guess what? I made even more money. It's crazy. I made even more money without taking that endorsement, without, you know, compromising what I believe in. I remember one time, this is sort of off topic, but literally popped in my head. You remember V Live? Is it still there? It might still be there. The strip club?
I think so.
I was hosting it like Fridays or Saturdays, one of those. And I don't even like going to the strip club. This is before I even put my hijab on. It's so weird. You're walking around naked, friend, put your clothes on. But I was hosting, and I felt like I ain't supposed to be here, but this is some really easy money. So I did it. Tell me why a woman, it was before people started coming, this woman came in with purses, like ugly purses, but they was purses. And she gave me a purse filled with tissues and soap and lotion. I'm like, girl, why are you giving me a donation box? And she was like, God loves you. You don't have to be here. I'm like, I'm not a stripper. Wait, I'm just hosting. But even being in the vicinity, I was.
Wow. And that was you said last year?
No, it wasn't last year. Actually, that was before I made a transition. It was probably right before the pandemic, maybe like 3 years ago. But you always have that moment in your conscious where you tell yourself you're not supposed to be somewhere, but you go anyway. You know, right. It's either you can go or you don't go. I chose to go, knowing I probably shouldn't be in here. Yeah, this money is easy, but it's all money, good money. Should I actually be in this place? So I don't know. That's just a side thought. I'm not supposed to be talking about that. I really wanted to ask you about your journey to Islam. Were you always Muslim?
Yes, I was born Muslim. By the way, my name is Zee. Asif, mashallah,
Oh, Asif.
Right.
Lion.
Asif is forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Forgiveness.
Okay.
You know,
so that's what you were named?
Yes.
So why Z? Did I have a scene or Aleph or?
Nah, Z is just because everything ends with Z. You see what I'm saying? So this is my jeweler name,
What do you mean everything ends with Z?
Like the alphabet, you know what I'm saying?
Ah.
So it's like ZZ with the VV, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see.
Right.
I see. Okay, so when did you find a law for yourself? Because usually when you grow up Muslim, you just do it because people tell you to do it.
Right. But in my case, it's different, right? Because I was born into Muslim. I was already with the mindset, like I was grown with the mindset with people around me who was Muslims, and that's just how I started, So definitely, I see a lot of people transitioning to being a Muslim, and I that inspires me. You know what I'm saying? To even go harder for what I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Why does it inspire you?
Because again, same thing what you just said earlier, right? Like, every day-to-day life, like, is this the temptation? You know what I'm saying? I feel like the biggest temptation, as everyone know, like for a lot of people, is money. You know what I'm saying? Because once you have that, it's
access.
It's access. Is freedom. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely like work towards that first. You know what I'm saying? And working towards that journey towards that definitely brings you along, like a lot of the things which, like, you feel like you're getting tested. You see what I'm saying?
And it's like more bigger tests, heavier tests.
Every time. You see what I'm saying? Every time. So when you were saying about your story, I definitely was with you. I understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you grew up, you said you grew up Muslim too, right? You grew up Muslim too?
Knowing I'm not supposed to be doing none of the stuff I'm doing. But I'm doing it though.
Right. Like, it was different. Like, like before, as a kid growing up, I was able to do all my du'as on time. I used to pray on time. I used to.
Is it because your parents told you, or you just?
Yes. Not just cause, but again, like as a kid, you don't know much. You know what I'm saying? You don't know no better. So looking at your family, looking at your mom, you know what I'm saying? Looking at her belief just made me go even harder, because my mom is true Muslim from her heart, So that's what really inspires me, like my mom, like really, like her belief shows me that everything is just good, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just so peaceful, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a good spirit, maybe. I don't know. It's a good energy.
That's that energy, man.
You feel me?
So. It's because Allah is in her, living through her.
You feel, and you like, see exactly. It. And I feel like I'm communicating. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. So what does she feel about your tattoos and your jewelry and your friends?
Look, as I said, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm a perfect Muslim. You know what I'm saying? But what I believe in my heart is what are my beliefs, what I'm doing around, what message I'm spreading around, not just showing tattoos and doing crazy things. I'm sitting right here in the podcast with you. I could be doing a million other things right now, but I'm sitting here with you because this it's a topic like that I would definitely want to be a part of, like, to show, be an example too,
Giving dawah, sitting in this chair.
Yes.
Having people connect with you. Because a lot of people, well, what I found when I started making my transition, and I always been it's like, if you tell me you're Muslim, we about to be best friends. Even if we met in the club, even if we met when I was waitressing, popping these bottles, getting my money. Like, if you tell me you're Muslim, something's gonna gravitate me towards you.
It is. I feel like it's the energy. I believe in energy, so I feel like it just goes along. And I'm not saying that, like, I only feel the energy only with my Muslim brothers and sisters and like my Muslim people. I feel the energy around me, and that's what I go by.
Yeah, so, but even when it comes So I was sort of getting at this because I've met people who were Muslim. We were both Muslim, but neither of us are going to Juma. Neither of us are covering. Neither we're smoking, we're drinking, we living our literal best life. But when I began making my transition, and my friends around me saw me, they were like, "I see the change. You're putting your hijab on. You're on the radio, putting your hijab on. I commend you." And I'm like, come to Juma with me. Maybe we can go hijab shopping together. Oh, no, girl. I would pray, but, I know I've been doing a lot of stuff. I did this, I did that. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to do it and then pray. And I'm like, I really feel that. But in my heart, I know that Allah knows your heart. And he knows you want to come back to him. I heard somebody say that if you find yourself drifting from God, it's not because he left you, it's because you're leaving him, because he's never going to leave you. It's more love than a mom can give their child. It don't matter what you do. You did the worst thing in the world. Your mama's still going to visit you in jail. Your mama's still going to try to get your bail money up, because it's not, what you're doing. It's how they see you, and they know who you were before the world began to change you and manipulate you. And I heard something like that, coming from your way. But like, for anybody, having you sit in this chair, for anybody who thinks because I have tattoos, because I rap about killing people, because what the hell ever, that don't mean you can't come to Juma.
Right.
That don't mean you can't
pray.
Look,
I feel like there are a lot of people who are gonna still watch this video and still judge. But who are they to judge, first of all? You see what I'm saying? Who are they to judge? Because I'm pretty sure like we are humans, we make mistakes. We're not perfect. Only Allah is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at that point, my heart is gonna directly, like, I communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like standing on the wall, facing on the wall and talking, but like through my heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before going to sleep. Like, I share every single thing, I pretty much feel like, and guess what? Next morning, the answers are there. I'm like, the dots are there. I just got to connect them. That's how easy it is. So any things that I have in my heart, I'll talk to them directly. Because at the end of the day, your soul is what's going to go beyond. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand life is good. I mean, I made a lot of money. Like, I come from nothing, I made a lot of money. But at this point, it's not even money which drives things. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, whatever is done in the past is done. What can I do now? And what kind of impact I'm having now for my surrounding, that matters. So that's
so after you got to your point of, I did this because when we don't have, we really want.
Right.
Like, if we grew up with nothing, we can now wait to drive a nice car. We can now wait to be able to go in anywhere we want. So like, our whole life is surrounded around getting what we didn't have. But now that you got it, now you want everyone around you to get it, or now you want to share what?
So my whole thing is this. Now it's like, it's more about what can I do for others to have them in a better position. That's how I think. So my whole concept beyond this is end of the day, I'm gonna do this for my heart and do it for the people all around me, just cause I figured it out myself. That gave me the answer for things. Now I want to spread it all around, But it wasn't an easy answer. So it's not like I'm just gonna sit here and be like, hey, we got a formula that I'm just gonna write it down right here. Y'all can just write this down. I can do it through my actions, through people around me. I can't change everyone at a time, Even the fact that if one person gets inspired to do the right thing, look, I'm not telling you to get a tattoo or anything like that. Like, that's not what I'm saying right here. I'm saying just have your heart in the right belief. You know what I'm saying? As long as your heart is in the right belief.
Your intention.
Your intentions. your intentions.
Yeah.
Like that's all it's about. So I'm spreading through real means. Like I'm having people, I'm teaching people how to hunt. I'm not just feeding them.
Come on, friend, speak a
see?
word.
You see what I'm
Speak a
saying?
word.
Right. So that's what my beliefs are. And I'm glad you shared what you shared, you know?
Well, thank you. That's my safe space, being vulnerable. It really was a trick to open you up. I had to open me up.
That was good.
But that's the third wall. You're not
That's
supposed to see behind that.
That's good.
So if you could describe to someone, what does being a Muslim mean to you?
Being a Muslim to me means the intentions. What are your intentions behind? Like, what do you really feel? Like, how do you, like, what are your actions? Like, speak through your actions, you know? Like, you can be praying 5 times and you might have bad thought, not even about, like, it could be about just, like, not physically hurting someone. Like, I feel like Islam is bigger than this, you know? It's not just about wearing the right outfit and praying just to show that, yes, this is what I do, you know? It's beyond, like, how do you do through your actions throughout the day? So that's what I do. But again, it's not like I'm going by the books. I'm not sitting here and telling you that, you know? But that's what it is. Like, I feel like being a true Muslim is having a good heart, spreading good message around, having just good all around you.
Yes, child.
Keeping it everything positive, you know?
That intention.
Right.
I think, like, when you start off with intention, period. Because just because, I'm trying to remember the story about the woman who would always yell and curse the prophet, peace be upon him, out every time he passed her, right? And then one day...
My dad used to tell me that story. I'm glad.
She was gone.
Yes.
And he went looking for this woman.
Yes.
This woman done cussed you out, threw stuff at you, yelled at you, and she's gone and you're looking for her?
Right.
Like, friend, your heart got to be so, like, because, you know, they say hurt people hurt people. Right. People are really angry, not because of what you're doing, but because something on the inside just ain't feeling right. And you want someone to feel bad too. So you say things, you do things.
Right.
But when you are a good, pure, attentive person, you allow other people's actions, number one, to not affect you. Number two, you might even make excuses for them. Well, maybe they're going through a bad day.
Right.
Well, maybe something's not right with them. And you go help them. Somebody even asked me the other day, now that you have money, is it your responsibility to take care of your family? I'm like, it's my responsibility to take care of anybody who needs it. Well, what if it's somebody you don't like? I said, I'm not giving to that person. I'm giving to Allah because he gave to me. He gave to me so I can give to them. It is a circle of life. And if you're not participating intentionally, then you're disturbing the ecosystem right now. So yeah, being a Muslim is about intention. Even the woman, I said the story a while ago, the woman who gave the dog some water, the whore who gave a dog some water and now she's going to heaven. Allah does want you to pray. You know, he does want you to say thank you for this and for that.
Yes.
But where's your heart at? Because if you're praying with a bad heart, baby, not going nowhere.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly my point.
So tell me this then. If you're, because you go through a life that's crazy. You walked in here with 60,000 people and everybody was shining. Your Instagram is filled with sparkling lights and the fabulous stuff.
That comes with the lifestyle. That comes with...
And you go through so much in this lifestyle. But what's your biggest struggle when living a lifestyle in this world that you know is only temporary and also trying to make sure God is happy with you?
Say that one more time. So you're saying you got that divided into two. I think you got two questions in one.
Were you trying to study the questions? No, that's not how that works.
Not for real. Go ahead, break it down.
Because it's a little harder for you, you know, because some people live in the world and they don't have a lot of access. Right. So yeah, they have distractions, but their distractions aren't as big.
Right.
You have big distractions.
Right.
But you know that you want to make sure that Allah is pleased with you at the end of the day. So out of all these big distractions, what's your biggest struggle?
Yes, I mean, every day is a struggle, you know? It's like I feel like I go through the same struggle what most of the people go through. You're right. I do go through more struggle because I'm meeting way more people.
And doing way more stuff.
I'm all around. I'm in one city. I'm going to be in Florida tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you definitely your faith gets tested on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Like the temptations are all around you. You know what I'm saying? So you just still like try to be as disciplined as possible. Try to keep your emotion, like keep yourself in a right path. Like this is what you do every day. You fight that. I think that's what life is, you know?
But your fight isn't amplified?
It is. So it's a bigger fight. I gotta fight a bigger fight. That's all it is, you know? I just gotta fight a bigger fight every day.
Yeah.
But it is it's sometimes it gets harder than other times, you know? But
are you thinking about something in particular?
Like, you know, you around people. So you get distracted, you know, again, in doing things, you know, like just like you're just being around in the parties and stuff, you know? You feel like it's a very thin line, you know? It's a very thin line. You don't know if you're crossing it or not, you know?
Oh, you know.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're just in the flow.
Get blurred.
You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just go in the flow. But again, that's when you as long as I feel like the fact that I can see it and realize it and fix it, that's what he's trying to show me, you know? So I'm just going along with that, you know?
They say because that moment that you still feel guilty, that's how you know.
You know that
he's there still.
You feel me? Like, or else I could have been like doing so many other things, you know, like, but the fact that your conscious keeps talking to you.
And you're listening.
And you listening. You're talking to yourself.
Do you talk to yourself?
Not directly, but you know.
I mean, that's a level of self-awareness to be able to communicate with yourself.
Right. So
I don't mean like crazy. I ain't calling
you. See what I'm saying? So that's not where we at with it. But you're still sane, you know.
That's dope, you know. And I asked you this question. I don't think you really answered it though. But when it does come to your parents, you know,
yes,
and them knowing for sure that Allah is real, God wants us to do A, B, and C. They raise you to do what they want you to do, and they see your lifestyle. Are they affected by that? Do they try to pull you out of it?
So, as I said, my mom, right? My mom being a very important factor in my life. She's a mom, you know? So, and like in my culture, in my background, like we spend too much time together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by that is like we live in the same house, you know?
Your mom lives with you?
Yes.
I know you lying.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Your dad too?
Yes, my dad too.
I gotta go. Hold on. My car is waiting outside.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I just got another house, and this house, I built it just for them.
To get them out your house?
Not
it's in the back of the house.
So so this is a new house. We all are living in this new house together. We're living right now together in the same house. This is what we do in my culture, you know?
Where are you from?
We don't leave India. I'm from India, originally from India.
So you're Indian?
Yes.
I didn't know the Indian culture was to keep everybody in the same house.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone does that.
Yeah, but I understand.
But it's like this, right? It's like a lot of the times, like even now, like some of my people would live separate too. I got multiple houses, so I be all around, but this would be like, I still consider like my like wherever my mom and my dad is, that's like my home. Mm-hmm. So I still live all around, but end of the day, like that's something that I can't make them feel like like now that I'm at a certain level, like my responsibility towards y'all. I'm not saying like people who don't live
I hear
are
you.
doing that.
It's a different culture.
But in our culture, it's more like after a while, like your mom and your dad wants to be dependent on you. Like it's not like completely dependent, but like they feel like, oh yeah, now he's the one who's gonna run it, and we can just be on our spiritual path, you know?
But that's beautiful though.
My mom, as I was saying, like she's a mom, you know? Every time, like anytime when I'm in the city and I'm home, and if I'm coming home late at night, like I'm talking about in the morning,
That
because
late
you know
at night.
I do have events sometimes. You know, I gotta go drop ice. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my box up. You know what I'm saying? Bring the VVs out. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta do what I gotta do. You know,
Sparkle, glitter,
and certain times the events be at the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
especially for the audience that you cater to.
you feel me? So I still that's what I do. You know, so I'm there. But end of the day, like after a certain point, like now I don't like I don't do it as much. I wouldn't say like I don't do it completely,
You growing up.
but yeah, because it's now money is not the only motivation. Now it's like how deep the relationship is. Like if I really know the person, or if I'm supporting his campaign, then I would do it. I would do that as a gesture to support that person to win even harder. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing but good. You know what I'm saying? But as far as money goes, like I wouldn't do it at like I don't even do events unless and until it's a special event I'm getting paid for. That's when I'm pulling up, or else that's about it.
So they appreciate that you slowing down.
Yes. So they love it. They love the fact, you know, that as I said, I got this new house, right, built, huge house. So the construction was going on for quite a few times. You know what I'm saying? Because I like everything modern around me. You know what I'm saying? So
Upgrading it.
So we just. I feel like this is the time when I'm getting to connect with them too, and I feel like I'm so blessed to connect with them at this point.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yep.
A lot of people act like, oh, my mom, oh, my dad, but like you have your mom, you
Right,
have your
because
dad.
look, I be so busy doing what I do. Like I said, I be in all different cities. Like I barely be home. So I feel like now that I did this move, it just made everything connected. I feel like this was meant to happen. You know.
You do make a lot of moves. And I can imagine how many different times you could have possibly been pulled away from your faith.
Yes.
Just because sometimes when we get a lot of stuff, we start to empower ourselves and we don't always say thank you to the one who gave us that power. So tell me a time where your faith, you're a man, was tested and you had to pull yourself back.
Yes. I mean, there are things, you know. It's I wouldn't say it would be like it happened like one time or even while getting the tattoos, you know. Although I was young, but I kind of knew, like, you know, that people might judge me for it, you know. And I didn't, like, I don't know if it's the right thing or not. Like, again, like, there's so many different meanings people get out of Quran, you know? So, again, I'm not an expert. So I'm not 100% like following the books. So I feel like every small things that I do, like it gets tested, you know?
So you feel like when you got those, you were straying away from Allah?
No, I not necessarily. But I kinda had a feeling that, look, it's like a lot of people believe that it's not the Muslim way to do it.
You're not supposed to
You're not supposed to
his
do
temple.
it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
But you did it anyway.
I did it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I did that solely as per what I believe, you know. I mean, what I feel like, you know. And I'm not saying that that's the best thing I did, you know. But again, this is part of me. This is part of me, though.
Are you regretful?
Regretful
that you did it?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Because, again, I still believe 100% that I'm not trying to do no harm by these tattoos to nobody, you know? So, as long as I'm not harming no one, again, this is just my way of thinking. And it will change eventually, or it might not. But this is the stage of the life I'm in right now.
But you just said something right there, Hunter. You said it might change, as though you might even still be battling yourself right now to make that change.
I don't know. Like, as I said, I'm not 100% there. So is there room to be to get more into my spiritual side of the life? Yes. Mm-hmm. Am I keeping 100% balance right now? No, I'm not. But am I trying to keep 100% balance? Yes, I try. Try as much as I can. Because I feel like balance is what keeps you there, right?
Because Islam is 100% balanced. The Quran is 100% complete. It's a wholeness, you know? Like, if you have any issue from being married to getting sick to losing your money to whatever, you can find your answers in the Quran because it is complete.
Right. And again, life is a journey.
And it is.
So you don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't. But you should definitely be on the path, you know, to
strive, just strive. Wake up and
again,
say,
talk to
I want to
yourself,
be better.
You know? Exactly.
Even if you're not better. Even if you know you better do it again, friend. Just say, I want to be better. Like, just setting that intention. So when you're around these different celebrities, when you're around even your friends, is it difficult to have taqwa? When you're trying to, because they say to have taqwa is to be where he expects you to be and to not be where he doesn't want you to be. How difficult is that?
Very difficult. It is. Because again, as I said, like the business that I'm in, you know? Again, like the way I'm doing my business, I have to cater to a certain spots that I feel like wouldn't be the best spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, they serve alcohol. Serving alcohol is haram. You know. So I still have to show up. I still have to do what I have to do. Again, as long as I'm not doing it, that's what it is.
Do you ever feel the urge to encourage others not to?
Yes, for sure. That's one thing. Like, anyone who's around, like a lot of the people, like a lot of the people who already been around me, they'll know one thing about me for sure, that I'll always try to, as I said earlier, like I try to bring good out of people, like try to put them in the right position, because I feel like putting them in the right position, like Allah puts me in the position to put people in the right position. I feel like that if you are at a certain position in your life and you're not helping other people, then that's why are you in that position? I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm automatically in the position. But again, like, it's like if you give money to people directly, like again, I'm not no one to judge it, you know. But I'm more so like can I just have him or have anyone around me to be better in any way possible, just by doing right things. You know what I'm saying? Like, being out of trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people know that about me.
So the people that are around you.
Yes.
Do you feel like they're hurting or helping your Deen, your faith, your journey?
My team is good. My team is good. I have an amazing team. You know what I'm saying?
You're not saying that because they're here, are you?
Look,
blink twice if they're making you say this.
This is not even all of them. This is, you know what I'm saying? But my people are good. They always try to put me in the right position to do the right thing. End of the day, like if all of us are young, you know what I'm saying. We do get distracted together sometimes too. But at the same time, like we try to make sure that everyone of each other, everyone in the team, like helps each other to be in the right position. So especially the team wise, I think people around me, I'm blessed to have people around me who definitely want good. So
That's good. So I'm not gonna say do they not respect Islam, but being around you, especially because you're in an industry where it's a lot of us, as in Black people.
right,
And when they even see me, especially when I was young, they'd be like, I didn't know Black people was Muslim. It's like, what is it? They have all these ideals of what Islam is. They know very little. So when you come around and you don't drink, they can obviously tell you are different.
right.
How do they feel about Islam?
I feel like who are you referring to right now? Are you referring to
Anyone who meets you and knows that you're Muslim, do they give you looks? Do they say anything? Do they ask about it? Do they inquire? What's your experience?
I feel like I've automatically found people around me who are Muslims. Not saying like everyone around me are Muslim, but I feel like I'm automatically around Muslims. Like, you know what I'm
Really?
saying? Or maybe that's because, we share the same belief. Like, you know what I'm saying? If like as I'm talking to you right now, I feel the good energy in you. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to do things with you, like around you, like, you know what I'm saying? Work with you or something, like have you part of the team or something. Like as if we would have met outside of this, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because the person you're giving me good energy right now. Not saying that again, like I'm not trying to judge people, but I'm just saying the energy feels like when someone's Muslim around you and you just feel like they already know what your beliefs are too, where you're going with it.
But what about the non-Muslims?
The non-Muslims, they're just, I think everyone right now around me, they're very respectful. They're very respectful.
Is it because you the boss?
I mean, that's another thing. That's another thing.
I
But
can't
I feel
take
like
him. He
I feel like they respect me because I respect people too. That's one thing I feel like if I'm gonna give respect, they'll give me respect. You know what I'm saying? And I get my respect not just by being a boss. I get my respect by doing things what they are doing while being a boss. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of person I am. So I feel like people respect the fact that like you got money. Why are you? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. But I still do it.
With them.
So people respect me all around me. So if they're Muslims or if someone who's just inspired to be Muslim or who's just looking into it, I definitely share my beliefs with them too, just to show them that this is I'm Muslim. I'm Muslim, and you can share your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like pray. Like if you want to pray right now, like pray. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to worry about what others. Like have certain people who are like who get like. I feel like when people put themselves in like their prayer times comes in, they're
ashamed.
That's where they feel like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you can do that. Like that's what you come here and do.
Respect. That's respect, because when you know that somebody in the room, they don't respect you, and especially if you're trying to fit in to whatever it is they're doing, you do feel shame. You do feel like when I do this, they're going to be staring or they're going to be thinking things or judging me. But when you are in a room where people respect you, especially when you respect yourself and hold yourself to a higher standard, you can pray anywhere in the world. Because prayer is oh man, it's such a stigma around it, you know, when somebody sees them praying, because unfortunately, you got movies and they pray right before they bomb somewhere, and now people thinking if somebody hears the adhan, something about to happen. Like, don't let the adhan go off when you on an airplane. Friend, you about to get deboarded. They about to get you off this airplane. And that's crazy that you said that, because when it is time to pray and you in a room full of quote unquote goons and you pray and the room gets silent, do you feel anything?
No. As I said, everyone around me, like, as I said, I'm very picky in being around people who are a good soul, like not a good soul, but like just pure hearted, you know?
Mm.
And that's the only people who I be around, you know? So automatically everyone knows, like, you know, it's a time to pray.
Period.
Pray.
I'm about to pray. I made a whole post about praying. It was hilarious. I said, I wish my job would try me. I'm about to change the name of this whole station. I got to pray. So here's a question. Last one. They're interested. They know nothing about Islam. What do you tell them about Islam?
I tell them Islam is very peaceful, very spreading the good message around, very like respect other people, and just being humble, you know? Just being humble is what being Islam is. Like, what are your actions? Speak through your actions, you know? Don't just judge based on media or what one person did. You know what I'm saying? You will find one crazy person anywhere, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be any religion, it can believe anything, you know? You can't judge that like that, you know? And it's just peaceful. They're just peaceful people.
Not the peace sign.
And the peaceful people. And the peaceful people. Yep.
That is hilarious. Okay, so I want to have you lead. For those who are not aware, every time we pray, we give one particular dua that's also a surah at the very beginning of every prayer, every rak'ah, like we do it multiple times a day. And it's Al-Fatiha. If you watch previous episodes, Al-Fatiha is, in translation with English, it's the opening. That's how we begin. That's how we start. And honestly, when you start your day, when you start pretty much anything that you have to walk down a certain path, Al-Fatiha is the best way to make sure that you're going down the right path and not the wrong path. So would you mind leading us in dua?
Sure. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Malik yawmiddin. Yaka nabdu, yaka nasta'in. Idina siratal mustaqim. Siratal lazina anta rahim. Ghairil maghdubi walayhim waladdallin.
I ain't never heard it read that fast. Good job. I appreciate you guys for being here. Zee, thank you for, being present today. I appreciate you, because you're right. You could be anywhere in the world, doing anything in the world, but you in this chair giving us dawah. And I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And thank you for coming. I appreciate you. And like we said earlier, you don't have to be perfect, because the perfect Muslim is not the best Muslim. God actually said that if everybody was perfect, he would destroy them all and bring the imperfect here. You know why? Because he wants you to need him. So anytime you're feeling low in your faith, keep striving, because the striving Muslim is the best Muslim.